People have subjective opinions about movies, and I believe that it's okay for things to be that way. While some movies are objectively god awful pieces of crap, some are often not as well received by the audience and the critics as the makers might have expected or liked. There might be several reasons in the film, like poor direction or a very convoluted storyline, or external factors like poor marketing behind a film's failure. Here, I'll be talking about three films that weren't critically and commercially well received, but I genuinely enjoyed them. Not in a so bad that they are good enjoy, but genuinely I found them to be compelling films. At number 3, I have Chandni Chowk to China. Maybe it's the nostalgia that has brought me to put this film at number 3, but even if I revisit that film now, I find it quite enjoyable. It's kind of a weird fusion of Bollywood cheese and over the top Hong Kong action movies, and Chandni Chowk to China is something I genuinely enjoy even now. And the music of that film was pretty good. Despite being a very tacky and weird film, I feel its heart. Sidhu, played by Akshay Kumar, is a fairly likable character, and I really liked the underdog story and the training montage. I don't really know how to explain it, but I find this film to be very unreal. Of course, the film is set in China and we see a culture that is not familiar to us, and maybe the unfamiliarity adds to the element of unrealness to the film, but as a film, I find it pretty enjoyable. Some scenes definitely do not make any sense, but in the world of the film, they seem like, oh, cool. At number 2, I have Freddy. I haven't watched a lot of Kartik Aaryan films, but I am aware of the kind of characters that he plays. And Freddy was quite a departure from the usual Kartik Aaryan that we see. I liked his take on a socially awkward and shy dentist who is actually quite deranged. But the progression of the story and the evolution of that character seems very natural to me in the fictitious universe of that film. It's not very well explored, but there are hints of his traumatic childhood, which adds to the character, his lack of confidence, and his mental state. And the ending of the film was pretty cool. I think due to the teaser of that film, people expected something dark like Raman Raghav 2.0, which is a fair expectation to have and might be a big reason why people did not enjoy this film as much. But I didn't go into this film expecting some dark psychological thriller, and to me it just felt like a very twisted revenge story, which I decently enjoyed. And at number 1, I have Bar Bar Dekho. This film is pretty special to me. Back in 2016, when I watched the trailer of this film, I kind of figured out what idea this film was going to present. And I genuinely did not expect this film to deal with the concept of time travel. Like, I didn't expect the film to explain that or dive deep into that. I just knew that it would be some sort of imagination or a dream sequence. I didn't get to watch this film when it was released, but some of my family members went to watch it and they absolutely hated it. I watched Bar Bar Dekho in 2021 and I genuinely loved it. I think what happened to my family and majority of the audience was they dove into the logic of time travel and how it works, and were pretty disappointed that it all turned out to be a dream. And I think they really missed what the film was trying to be. I love this film because it's not a time travel film. It's the story of Siddharth Malhotra's character who is not sure about his marriage and is a bit selfish.
मुझे ये घर ये लाइफ नहीं चाहिए. मैं आगे बढ़ना चाहता हूं. मुझे अपने करियर पे ध्यान देना है.
But because he has dreams of his future based on his present actions, he realizes the importance of Katrina Kaif's character in his life and the importance of him being a good partner. My family hated this film because it all turned out to be a dream, but I love this film because even if we assume that all of that was actually a dream, it means that all of the possibilities of his marriage failing were already in his head, along with the awareness of his own selfishness and shortcomings as a partner, which he promises to work on at the end of the film. However, the way I see this film is that since the film goes back and forth multiple times in the same time period, and him changing his actions in one timeline leads to him having a healthier family life in a future timeline, it might actually be time travel in the film. The film doesn't really ponder over it and leaves it somewhat ambiguous, because the point was not to figure out whether it was a dream or actual time travel, but the point was the character's growth, and I think that was done pretty well in that film. Also, the music of this film is amazing. Like, 3 of my most favorite songs are from this film. Even though there are a few shortcomings in this film, I still find Bar Bar Dekho to be a very unique and interesting film with its heart in the right place. Also, Katrina Kaif looks like really pretty in this film, so yeah, good film. So yeah, these are the 3 films that I unironically enjoy, and I think if people watch Bar Bar Dekho after watching this video, I think they might enjoy that film a little bit more than they might have initially. If you have seen any of these films and agree with me, please let me know in the comments down below. If you have suggestions for me, or if you want to share some of your old favorite films that are not very well received, feel free to comment down below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you want more stuff like this, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you very much.
ओए सुन ओए हाँ भाई
पर्सनल मैटर
ओए ओए बाहर चल
प्लीज अंदर जाना, ये मेरा पर्सनल मैटर
ओ अंकल जी
Inky Pinky Funky